Hi Jason, I just want to walk you through a more detailed plan of action than I gave yesterday. A video is way quicker for me. If you've got 5-10 minutes, if you could sit through all of this, then you'll know exactly what I'm thinking. So here we've got a bit of a Donald Rumsfeld, knowns and unknowns. We've got a stainless steel tray, we've got plywood, we've got a black plastic ABS component, and we suspect this is mounted on a pressed galvanized steel subframe. We know that the ply is resting on this, we can see that. The ply, we think, is then resting on kingspan or some other foam block to build the height up. Let's hide that stainless steel tray for a minute. Now, the worst place we've got movement of the ply is this line here. If the ply is moving here, well, we know it is, there's no if about it, then if this area isn't sealed, we've got water slipping backwards between the ply and the black plastic. I've asked Tom at CCL if he thought we could drill through here. Now, he's given me quite a clever answer. He said, I'm not going to tell you can do that, but he has answered my question and told me that this is galvanized mild steel and a screw will punch through that quite nicely. It'll be like drilling into stud work in a wall. So we can create some kind of mechanical fix between the ply and the stainless steel frame, squeezing and gripping the ABS plastic. If we can get a bit of adhesive between the two before we do that, all well and good. I might try injecting some down the screw holes. There's a variety of things we could try, and as we develop this conversation you'll see where I'm heading. So let's put the frame back in for a second. Now, we know that we can screw this now. This wasn't done before. There was a 10mm gap between this component and the black plastic. There's now no gap, and we can screw those two together as per CCL's installation instructions. What we then have is a very unhelpful gap here and an unhelpful gap here. We have a really shitty surface under here and under here. Now, Tom has recommended that we use an adhesive by Seeker. I'm sure you know them, very reputable company, and we're going to be able to get the adhesive all the way down here, all the way around these edges. I haven't shown adhesive here, but we'll be able to get adhesive right onto these surfaces, into this really nasty area where we've got a damp mix of foam, tanking compound, tanking tapes. We just need to just obliterate all of these problems, and the Seeker 31 product will stick to wet, it will stick to wood, it will stick to steel, it will stick to ABS, and CCL and Tom have tried this product in the past, so I feel really good about that. Now, there's another little nice thing, that we've got a bit of an undercut here under the marble, which is, you know, it's full of uncured silicon, and again, just a bunch of shit we don't know about. Now, if we can get the epoxy adhesive to go under that undercut, it's really going to sort of tooth in there nicely and really hold that side of things very, very firmly. So we've now got a firm join between this wall and the tray. Right up to here is, you know, this is still our weak point, this line here. One of the things I've done today, Jason, is get my chest x-rayed. I've had this cough for getting on for 2 years. It's really starting to piss me off and worry me, so excuse the coughing in the videos. Hopefully that's something else I'm solving. we have got, let's go back to the plywood, and what I really want to do with this plywood is chamfer it down a nice line here. It's quite a lot of work. I would say that's half a day. It's going to have to be done with planes, chisels. I did talk to Cornell about doing it with his machines, and he said that the marine ply is so hard it would take him forever to sand down. It actually chisels really nicely. It's not a must-have. It's a kind of a nice to have. I'm still in two minds about that. It's one of the things I've been thinking about. Let's go to another. Now, the other thing that I've been thinking about, let's get that out of. I'm just going to hide the adhesive for a minute. One of the other things I've been thinking about is, again, I'm desperate to get a mechanical fix between this ABS black plastic component and the plywood, and I thought about sort of cutting castellations in, or dovetails, maybe another one there. There's a good argument for continuing that feature, whether it's castellations or dovetails. These are fairly easy to cut in. It looks like a bit of clever joinery, but a vertical vibrating saw will do that in no time. If you can see here, rather than just having a thin wall between the stainless and the ply, we can create some large mechanical features with the adhesive. I think I probably will do that. I just want to share the technical reasoning with somebody else and share the responsibility. Those two features together, the chamfer and the sort of dovetails, it's quite a bit of work, a day, half a day, something like that, but I think it's doable. Let's put the adhesive back in. So yeah, you can see that if this is a 10mm thickness of a really tough, really stone-like epoxy resin, I mean this is used for repairing granite, this stuff, we're going to get a decent mechanical fix along this line, particularly if we do these screws as well. Now we can still get the little drain, I haven't shown it, but the little drain cover there comes in and out because we're actually using this component and this component as they should be used. They're supposed to be firmly fixed into a floor. This is what CCL have designed them to do. So in an ideal world, and not on a CAD screen, this is where I want to end up. The ply joined perfectly. Okay, it's a bit crude, it's a bit Frankenstein, but an absolute rock solid mechanical link between the ply, the adhesive, the stainless, under the floor to the supports, adhesive also in contact with this ABS plastic, and then hopefully this is fitted properly. We are then mechanically in contact with the floor. Between the ply and the floor there are solid fixes. So I've started ordering stuff. I've ordered empty squirting guns for the adhesive. I've ordered the adhesive. These are probably going to arrive Tuesday, something like that. Next week is not great for me. Kate is she's doing her rehearsal for Moby Dick from Wednesday to well, all through next week, and I kind of need to be on point with the kids. We can see what's turned up Tuesday, but I think realistically we might be looking at week commencing the 11th before I can make real progress with this. If you want me to swing by on Saturday and do a bit of tidying up, I am in town. I'm in Sloane Square doing an installation. Let me know. I have left the place in a bit of a mess. It's not how I normally work, but I was expecting to get back quicker. So no trouble. If you want me to swing by tomorrow, I can do that. Or perhaps I'm not sure what I'm doing Sunday, but I'll address it if it needs addressing. Okay, I hope that all makes sense to you and you're feeling positive about it. Let me know.